So, hi. I'm going to go over something that is definitely not new information, but it's information that I think has a lot of value in being kept in circulation. The Department of Justice, and you almost have to choke on your words when you read this, the meeting between Attorney General Loretta Lynch and President Bill Clinton, which was held on June the 27th, 2016. Because first of all, there wasn't supposed to be any paperwork regarding, and now we have a 32-page document concerning. And we have a matter of a very brave individual who came forward and talked to the press, who then had to be another brave individual to pursue the information. Because you'll see how these people who are paid by our tax dollars for our best interest are working against us. So for anyone to think that the FBI has their fiduciary responsibilities to the fine, honorable citizens of America, I'm sorry. Show me proof. Show me proof. These documents were obtained through the Freedom of Information Act. Judicial Watch has done they work every day to do what our Congress, the people that we have elected should be doing, and that is looking out for our best interest, but they're clearly not doing it. And you would think that you could, anybody, Freedom of Information Act, let's just go ahead and apply. Everybody can do this. No. You think it's that easy? They will make sure that you'll have to get an attorney. They'll make sure that they blot everything out. They give you the runaround. And you'll see it's the tactic that is used with the attorneys. Everybody that went to cry and say, everybody leave, Clinton alone. She's been under this in Benghazi. It's been going on forever, and they just haven't found anything. Now, see, there's a difference when you're talking about President Trump and a Mueller investigation where he has dozens of people working to unearth everything. They put a microscope up his anal crevice to find nothing, opposed to the Benghazi, where none of the information was being given. And you'll see, as in these emails back and forth, how they requested that nothing of this situation about their meeting ever be released until October 2018. Well, they wanted to make sure that their queen was well warming the White House chair. Didn't work out quite so well for them. So you have a bunch of FBI agents emailing back and forth. Now this is from James Comey. James Comey, who should be being charged as we speak for treason, should be being charged as we speak for treason. There's, at least be being indicted for it. I believe that executive order that President Trump signed back in December, I think it was December 21st, will at least see to it that all of these people are penniless. I'm sure they have money in offshore bank accounts. We have, looky, who's got McCabe, Andrew McCabe, all these names, every single name in every single email header should be indicted. They were all in on this. So let's see, June 29th. This is Department of Justice. I want to flag a story that is gaining some traction tonight. Daily Caller, The Hill, Fox News have picked up a local Phoenix news report about a casual, unscheduled meeting between former President Bill Clinton and the Attorney General. Happened on Monday night. Our talkers on this are below, along with the transcript from the Attorney General's Phoenix presser, where she was asked about this. Happy to discuss further by phone. Please let me know if you get any questions about this. Thanks. Here's a transcript. The reporter asks, sources say that you met last night with former President Bill Clinton. Did the topic of Benghazi come up at all? Or can you tell us what was discussed? And if you think this wasn't well put together and rehearsed before it was given, Attorney General Lynch says, no, actually, while I was landing at the airport, I did see President Clinton at the Phoenix airport as I was leaving. Like, just get the fuck out of here. Just so fucking happened to be. And he spoke to myself and my husband on the plane. Our conversation was a great deal about his grandchildren. It was primary social and about our travels. He mentioned the golf he played in Phoenix, and he mentioned travels he'd had in West Virginia. We talked about former Attorney General Janet Reno, for example, who we both know, but there was no discussion of any matter pending before the department or any matter pending before any other body. These people just know that they have been falling in buckets of shit for years, and they come out smelling like a rose. So they just lie and lie and lie. There was no discussion of Benghazi, no discussion of the State Department emails by way of example. And by way of example, that's exactly what they fucking discussed. Look, these people have been proven liars. Every single last one of them. When somebody lies over and over again, why on earth would anybody begin to believe whatever they say? I just don't understand. Like, whenever she sits up there and speaks, why would anybody believe anything? And again, department is not involved in that, in that, or implicated in that. Okay. So then we have Melanie Newman, Office Affairs, the Department of Justice. And you almost have to choke, really, when you say Department of Justice. You do. I mean, it gets really difficult to say. From Andrew McCabe. Boy, isn't that a name that's been coming up? Didn't he want to fucking take an early retirement? Isn't he looking to fucking early retire? Well, let's see. Maybe he wants to ruminate over these fucking emails. Emails, by the way, which were sent. You know, they're talking a lot more clever now in their emails since they know they get hacked and stuff, right? But still, nonetheless, they got to discuss. So McCabe sends emails to who? James Comey. Yeah. Rebecca Bodwich. Forward. Lynch to remove herself from the decision over Clinton emails, official says, New York Times. You better believe that the New York Times, they're only printing what they're told they can print. FYI. Importance. High. You better fucking believe it's high importance, Mr. McCabe. He's the deputy fucking director. Did he ever recuse him? Did he ever remove? No. His was so much money exchanged. And his hands in with Mueller. The corruption is so fantastically mind-boggling. To Michael Steinbach. That's a very interesting name. Very interesting name, Michael Steinbach. Andrew McCabe. Subject. Lynch to remove herself. Let's just make sure all the people know from. Oh, looky who we have here. Peter Strzok. Right? Who is just the face of who you want to have a leading investigation against President Trump because he is so, Switzerland, right? Oh, no. I guess we figured out he wasn't, huh? I guess we did. I guess we figured out he wasn't. We should look at all of these names because I think they should all be written in some sort of indictment. Every single name, and I guarantee you it's a close-knit circle here, should have been indicted. We have enough information now to know what was going on here was completely corrupt, especially when they're talking about an innocent pretty much a civilian, right? The person who was at the police officer who, from Phoenix, who reported whatever, you know, he's in a professional, he or she's in a professional capacity. I don't know that person. I hope I never know that person's name, because if that person's name ever comes up, they're probably a dead person. You know, or their family's a dead person, because that's what they do. So the you know, publication goes out by a group of individuals who are hand selected, because what they need to do is they need to gain control of this story, and they need to fucking steer it where they want it to go before particularly anyone who is against Clinton comes out to deliver the information. And they know that news sells. People exchange money, shake hands, and people will pay big money to get the story. So they better get it out. They better be the ones to get it out, and they better steer it the way that they want it to be. So they come out here making her look like she's fallen in the bucket of shit, coming out smelling like a rose. Lynch to remove herself from the decision over the Clinton emails, the official says. So the Republicans are saying the meeting, which took place at the airport, had compromised the independence of the investigation, that the FBI was winding it down. Some called for Mrs. Lynch to recuse herself, but she did not take herself off the case. One that could influence a presidential election. All of the talk about collusion, we have not only do we have proof that Clinton colluded with the Russians in exchange of information for fake documentation and surveillance, illegal surveillance of the incumbent nominator, Mr. President Trump, but we also have the Bernie Sanders, who she completely threw him under the bus, and that was all fixed. And we have the fucking attorney fucking general meeting with Mr. Bill Clinton to further the corruption of what's going on. This is just the fact that President Trump is elected. I mean, gosh. I mean, he must be like the fucking Messiah. You know, you'd almost have to think that he's like the fucking second coming, right? Because how do you get around all this? How do you get around all this? The matter. So Ms. Lynch plans to discuss the matter at a conference in Aspen, Colorado on Friday. Oh, she will discuss it, and she did. Sat there like butter wouldn't melt in her fucking mouth when she was there. I'll try and post a link to that in the description box. And so some of you are probably thinking, Anna, this is so not new information. We all fucking know this information already. So much more has come out. Why are you even getting so worked up and upset over this? You already know this. Yes. But the thing is, the same fucking reason why I go back and I belabor Sandy Hook is similar to why I'm going back and I'm just picking through this shit. And that's because this is the foundation. These are foundations. Everybody just gets so wrapped up in the next new shiny story, the next new shiny headline, and all the foundation just kind of sinks and it doesn't do anything. We need to make sure each and every crime is accounted for. We cannot let one thing go by. And this is actually quite monumental. This is no small thing. This isn't just one little white lie. This isn't just one little insignificant occurrence. This is actually very pivotal. This is a pivotal pillar that goes into what was going on before the election, that Hillary Clinton was doing things that are illegal to do. There are so many things to choose from. What is she going to be called? When? Where is she? I'm going to try and focus. Okay. and not say the C word 100 times, because when, or the F word, because when I start, it just goes, and you know, it's not a New Year's resolution, but let's see. I like when I see Eric Holder's name. It's always a fascinating name to see. Let's see. In light of the apparent conflicts of interest, I have called repeatedly on Attorney General Lynch to appoint a special counsel to ensure the investigation is as far from politics as possible. Are you fucking kidding me? Senator John Cornyn, Republican of Texas and a member of the Judiciary Committee, said in a statement on Thursday, the meeting created an awkward situation for Miss Lynch. Oh, it did. A veteran prosecutor who was nominated from outside Washington's normal politics circles. Oh, let's just bolster her CV. Why don't we? In her confirmation, her allies repeatedly sought to contrast her with her predecessor, Eric Holder, an outspoken liberal voice in the administration who clashed frequently with Republicans and who accused him of politicizing the office. Are you fucking kidding me? These words, and some people believe this bullshit they read. Again, when you know people are lying to you, lying in your face, why would you believe anything they say? So here we have more same names. This is from Michael Corton, the FBI, all of these people, CC James Comey, here's the transcript. Thank you all for being here this morning. Attorney General, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for having me. Oh, let's just look through. Let's see, Lynch. Well, I think that was the question of the day, isn't it? Ha ha ha, laughter, laughter. When I look through this, what on earth were you thinking? Yes. So they ask her. They put this cupcake, you know, questioning together for her. We're going to have to question you, Miss Lynch, now, because everybody knows that you're a fucking liar and that you met with President Clinton and that, you know, they didn't fail that litmus test. Almost. We almost had them. So they questioned her. It was very lighthearted. Laughter. What happened? Well, I think that's the question of the day. Yes, Lynch. And I think that's a perfectly reasonable question. I think that's a question that is called, you know, what happened in Phoenix, because people have also wondered and raised questions about my role in the ultimate resolution of matters involving the investigation into the State Department's emails. And all of it needs to be reopened and done the right way, because all of this bullshit was nothing but criminal. Nothing was done right. All of these names, McCabe and Comey and even Mueller now, and certainly Lynch, Obama, all of them, Mills, Aberdeen, all of them need to be called up. All of those immunity deals need to be withdrawn. It was given under fraudulent pretenses. None of them should be valid. Not a one of them. So she's just going on saying, as I've always indicated, the matter is being handled by career agents, career fucking crooked agents, and career fucking crooked investigators. Mr. Stork, is that who it's being handled by? Is that who? And the information, everything's being handled by career agents, investigators. Every single fucking career agent and fucking career investigator needs to be named and through the Department of Justice, and they need to be ripped from their titles. And they need to go and find a job bagging groceries somewhere. None of them should have security clearance. None of them should be, they're not working in our best interests. Not one single penny that the government generates should be going to paychecks for these people, period. We don't need all these people. The CIA, the NSA, the FBI, Homeland Security, all of four of those departments need to be wrapped up into one and then cut by 80%. And then we would be so much better off. Okay, so I'm not going to read this verbatim. I'm not. This is the lies. I mean, because this video will take me an hour and a half if I read through, because I will not be able to hold my own commentary. So she just talks like, you know, but in this situation, you know, because I did have that meeting, it has raised concerns. I feel that while I can certainly say this matter's going to be handled like any other, which is basically corrupt and colluded and left-leaning, as it always has been, that's right, it's going to be resolved like any other. So in some ways, when you read these words, she's not lying in some of the parts, right? She's actually telling the truth. These people have an honorary PhD in storytelling. They know how to master the words so that if called upon in a pinch and rewound, they can take and they can just walk around. They can talk around what it is they said. They know what they said. You know what they said. Everyone knows what they said. But they say things with such terminology that makes them be able to walk around it. And this is what they do. But really, and this is all very important, more laughter, laughter, laughter. Fuck you. So, but what it really bothers me, and all this is very bothersome, what really bothers me through these documents really though, are really when it comes to holding this person, trying to find this person, like they did Seth Rich. We ought not forget about Seth Rich. That would be a mistake too. Life is so fast. It moves so fast. So many new things come up. So many more bodies pop up. So it's so easy to do. And I don't know who this person was. Did they find him? Something tells me it probably did. Let's see. Bill Clinton meeting. Operating Attorney General, is that it? Franklin. From Lewis, K. Lewis, all these Department of Justice people. Polk and Ernie, yeah. Newman, yeah. Franklin, yep. All these people. Sent from my phone. Matt, I'm free. I'll get a conference call online. Boy, these people are scrambling. Let's see what day it is. June 28th. They needed to find what was going on. Hey guys, wanted to address something ASAP. Apparently our affiliate in Phoenix is hearing that the AG met with Bill Clinton on a plane last night for close to an hour. They seem to think it's somehow connected to the Benghazi report released today. I'm not sure what the connection would be. Fucking course you're not sure what that connection would be, Mike Levine. Very good on you to make sure that you documented that. You get an A. You were paying attention when WikiLeaks was dumping the fucking emails. But hoping I can provide them some guidance ASAP. It's so contrived. So contrived. So now they obviously block out certain people's names. It's interesting how certain people get their names blocked out and others don't. The Observer gets a little more crafty with their titles. Security source details Bill Clinton maneuver to meet Loretta Lynch. Oh, and you better believe that every single one of these were read by Clinton, the cunt herself. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to make this R-rated because I can see where this is going. Thank you for your response. I like to think I learned a little bit about security watching the high level of professionalism of your team. Ass fucking kisser. You ass kisser. Thanks for the article. I agree with your assessment about the source, which in reading the article, I believe was one of the local police department officer assisting with one of the two motorcades there on the tarmac. See, they switched their focus to not finding out the truth of what was said and how corruption is being had, how there's collusion going on, and how there's treasonous activity going fucking down. No, all these people in the Department of Justice who should be working for we the fucking people turn their attention to find out the person who was responsible for telling what was going on, because all these other motherfuckers are going to hold the secret. So it's the person who's telling. They've been trained. They have been fucking trained to attack their own. Some serious mindfuckery going on there. Either way, they should have never offered any type of opinion or details of what did or didn't happen, as this is the most principal and basic tenet of executive protection. So just so you know, guys, The FBI is not there for the fucking people. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Department of fucking Justice, they are not there for the people. They are there for the basic tenet of executive fucking protection. If you need it any simpler spelled out to you than that. Unfortunately, this article is a breach in security protocol, and I am addressing it with the Phoenix Division to make certain that they pursue this and identify the source of the breach, because that's what they need to do. They need to shut this person up. They know that they can dazzle and razzle-dazzle everyone with another new story or some twisted fucking lie so that everybody stops paying attention to this. As long as that source ceases to exist or is silenced. And boy, they're trying to find that out. The fortunate piece of this article is that the majority of the tactics and logistics that the article mentions are textbook procedures and industry standards for most executive protection details. Again, it's not about the corruption that's going on. It's not about that secret fucking meeting. It's about the details. Okay. And notice how these names are blotted out. Because even with the Freedom of Information Act, they do this. Well, now we have more back and forth. Good morning, sir. I've attached a news article I thought you might be interested in. Sadly, we don't know who it's coming from. We know it's going to an FBI. We wonder who it's coming from. Someone from the Department of Justice? Don't know. Hey, I'm just a layman. Okay, here we go. I've attached a news article that I thought you might be interested in. The so-called informant talks about what happened on the tarmac at the airport, which sounds somewhat accurate. But what I found most disturbing was the mentioning of security procedures by FBI and or Secret Service. Hey, I'm just a layman, but this person sounds like a security threat to me. They're the security threat. They're the security threat. They're the security. No, I think they're the fucking patriot. I don't think they're the security threat. I think they were the fucking patriot. Please read the article if you haven't already, because I'd love to get your opinion on this. Feel free to call me on my cell if it's easier. Thank you, Trader. Thank you, Trader, to the good people of America. Appreciate your assholishness. Second, from FBI to all of these people. Boy, I think it's important to know who must read security article. We're going to have to sit there and we're going to have to reinforce this shit now, aren't we? Please read. Remember, all these documents, all these emails we're seeing right now, Comey said in his deposition that there was no documentation regarding this meeting. All these emails going back and forth now between all these people. He sat there when he was being questioned in the congressional meeting, and he testified that there was nothing that was generated, no paperwork, that then they had to push and press months to reveal. And we have this. I believe that's called a lie. So please read the attached article regarding the Attorney General's meeting with Clinton. I believe that the source quoted in this article is one of the local Phoenix LEOs. Needless to say that I have contacted the Phoenix office and will contact the locals who assist in an attempt to stem any further damage. Again, this is what really bothers me. It bothers me because there is such a demarcation between we the people and them. I don't know what point each individual transcends to the them. I don't ever care to transcend to the them. Because if the law doesn't apply to all of us, then it certainly doesn't fucking apply to any of us. This is exactly why our discretion and judgment are the foundation of the AG's trust in our team, which is why we can never violate that trust. Like the source did in this article, shun you, damn you, violated the trust. You broke the code and did the right thing. How dare you? You will pay. Boy, I am sure they would love to make her pay just like they did Seth Rich. Because you violate. That's called murder. That's, I don't know. I've heard that I guess they're allowed to murder people. Again, the demarcation between us and them It's a pretty significant one. This article is infuriating. Oh, you fucking think so? Yeah, you know they had to block these names out, right? Because then it comes into pub. Because the people, you talk about a revolution, sometimes it's sad. Because I sometimes think the only way that all of this, that all of these blank motherfucking names will ever pay and will ever correct themselves is if there's a revolution. Is as if they are forced to, as if there are no more fucking blank spaces. Whenever we, the fucking people, pay, these people are fucking paid. These people wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for the American citizens who pay into the system and who facilitate this organization. The CIA, the NSA, the FBI, Homeland Security, it would cease to fucking exist. We support this with every tax dollar, with every election. We support this. And they are protected to do whatever they need to do to make sure that the they on the other side of that demarcation are always going to be protected, no matter what they fucking do. It's such a problem. Please read the attached article regarding the Attorney General's meeting with Clinton. I believe that the sources quoted in this article is one of the local Phoenix LEOs. Needless to say, I have contacted Phoenix. La 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 la. Get him. Get him. It gets really, I mean, this person should be in fear for their life. This person's going to live the rest of their life looking over their shoulder. I guarantee you that. Here we have from FBI people, 2 more FBI people, must read. That might not be a bad idea given the circumstances. I wonder what that is. So you think there will be a need for non-disclosure agreements in the future? Yes, non-disclosure, everything. You better have a non-disclosure form up your ass ready to make every motherfucker sign. Because I know that's how they get around a lot of this stuff. A lot of these staged false flags where they have some people in the know, some people not in the know. There's a movie Jennifer Aniston was in. I don't even know the name of it. Keeps coming up at the gym. And obviously there's a false flag event going on. They have a fake family put together. And the majority of the people are not in the know. But they got some crisis actors and enough people in the know to pull it off. Non-disclosure agreements. NDAs. Boy, that's a big word. NDAs. Attorney General details all these blank spaces. Again, I'm just rambling it to you. Maybe it seems like I'm just I am venting. I am venting. And again, no, it's not new. Yes, I went through this a couple months back when it was released. But, you know, we don't hear a whole lot about it, do we? Have we heard anything? You would think that this would be big fucking news. Of course, there's more big fucking news with that dossier, isn't there? And then everything's overshadowed by Mueller and Trump, Mueller and Trump. And then we have people who are literally waking up every fucking day and they think that today's the day President Trump is going to be impeached. Impeach 45. Impeach 45. They shut her up. I haven't heard her lately. Pelosi and Trump, they got something, you know, doing something. Was Pelosi having an affair with Mueller? I mean, there's something going on. Some people have quieted down. Some people might, I know a lot of people don't like Trump because he's kind of shifty in some business dealings. They want to talk about it. I believe we need a president who is fucking pro-American and to a large degree ruthless, who doesn't give 2 fucks about really what people think about him when he knows he thinks highly of himself and he's doing kind of what he set out to do. When he tweets, it is unnerving and it does seem childlike, but it's better than the alternative of rolling the fuck over because there's too many clueless motherfuckers out there that would believe anything that Chris Cockfucker Como has to say on CNN. Okay, going on. So they want to read the articles from the Attorney General's meeting with Clinton. You know, the ones he didn't have any documentation for. I believe that the sources quoted in this article is one that they're pointing out who is from, the LEO. They keep pointing this on. It's very important that they do. And I know, I think it was one of the Phoenix Police Department officers helping with the motorcades. They are really trying to get back. Do you think it was a SWAT guy? Really trying to find out who this person is. Again, this person would be in danger. I believe that this person did a service to our country as a patriot. I personally thank you, ma'am, sir. Thank you. You know, hopefully this story will not get swept under the rug, and hopefully you and your family are safe wherever you may be. Hopefully. In some ways, it's best if people know, because then they could be more safe. But then people end up dead all the time. It seems like those stories just go by the wayside too, don't they? Trying to find out. Hopefully we'll find out at the very minimum. Make sure he never works on any detail. I'm sure at the very minimum. Bring him here before a supervisor. You know, what are they going to do to the person? Again, these people are so deluded. They are so fucked up about what they're covering up. Well, because they're all in the pocket of Clinton. That's why. All these fucking people are. They all are. Whose pocket is she in? You got to ask yourself, because I just have a hard time to think that everything's just the buck stops with her. Or Billy. The bucks don't stop with them. It's the force behind them. Buck doesn't stop with Trump either, I don't think. It's the force behind him. I think, I want to fucking believe that we are kind of a competing force behind Trump. We the people who see the potential of the change, of everything that can be reconstructed. We the people are the force behind Trump. I want that. That's the way it should be. That is the way it should be, right? We're competing with others. I don't know if we're on the same path or not. I know some people are thinking it's the Jews. I don't even want to go in that conversation. Not even going to go there. Not. So continuing on. I know this is so long. My point to this was just the corruption. The corruption in keeping this news story out there. It needs to be out there because it hasn't been resolved. Just like the fucking Sandy Hook hasn't been resolved. I know people want to say, no, it's been resolved. There was Adam Lanza, this and that. Did you see the pictures? Did you see the fucking pictures? Did you see the pictures and read the descriptions of where people were shot and when those pictures were taken? You're not going to convince me. You're not going to convince any reasonable person who spends 2 minutes looking at those photos of the vestibule, reads the report of where the said principal and school psychologist were shot multiple times with a firearm, and there wasn't any blood anywhere in that vestibule. You're not going to tell me that that happened. I mean, whatever happened, that didn't happen. Okay. And so it is not resolved. As far as this goes, this is in the past. They said she was talking about grandchildren or so whatever, but no, this hasn't been resolved. Nobody has been held accountable for this treasonous activity. And it was just a snowball effect that led to so many other things. Weird question. Let's see. Washington Post, as proven through WikiLeaks, much like the New York Times, has like a connect hotline to people in Washington where they can yay or nay and fine-tune their articles. Because again, it's taking the news and it's steering it where it needs to go. Because they know they can only suppress so much information, especially with the internet out there where people can like pop up a YouTube. They can never know who has information and they can't kill everybody that quickly. So they have to do something. Weird question. But I'm trying to confirm that the reason former president, these people are so careful in how they ask because they do not want to be JFK'd. Weird question, but I'm trying to confirm that the reason former President Bill Clinton, new Attorney General Loretta Lynch, was at the airport in Phoenix this week is that the agents working their respective security details, the FBI in the case of Attorney General, were coordinating during the time they were both on the tarmac. Is anyone able to shed light on that question or of how the former president knew Attorney General had just landed and how a meeting between the two of them happened? Well, ding, ding, ding. Do you fucking think that maybe they fucking coordinated it? Mr. Wapo, man, do you think they could have coordinated it? No. I'm sorry for suggesting such a thing. He's basically asking How do you want me to lie? How shall I lie? Tell me the lie to present to the people. That's what he's asking. Tell me the lie to present to the people. And then, of course, they're going back and forth. This is now the 29th. What is flagging stories, the Daily Caller, going back, reviewing the transcript so everybody knows what's being said. And they black out this. Attorney General, of course, she's asked. No, was talking about grandchildren. Nothing we weren't supposed to be doing. Cross my heart. Hope to die. Wasn't doing anything wrong. This is it. Again, people who would believe. And yes, it's not new information. But these, you know, the word was out. Okay, the word was out. But now we have the documents to kind of back it up. And those come out a few months back. Didn't really, got a little blip. Just a little blip. And then we had, all these other things. Thanks. Doubt we would say anything, but for clarification, will be good to know. We aren't going to say anything, FBI agent. Sorry. No photos. They say no photos. Everybody's waiting to respond until they can talk to the police department to determine exactly what happened. It's not really determine exactly what happened. It's to coordinate what the fucking story is going to be that they're going to tell. They got to get all the information, local articles. NBC picked up. What are they going to do? No photos, no pictures, no cell phones. Nothing. Could you imagine? President Trump can't even go out to a casual dinner and not have everyone up his rectum with a microscope. But yet, for these people here, we're not even we're talking about the old President Clinton, who's been far out of the loop for quite some time. Bill Clinton, Billy Boy, on his, Lolita Express there. He's been out for a while. And Attorney General, they're going to all cover your asses. These are all the people that are still in place right now in the deep state. All these operatives that were there before in the Department of Justice, in the Federal Bureau of Investigation, in the Central Intelligence Agency, and Homeland Security. The majority of all these people are still there. These are still the same people that have been groomed and worked corruptly. The fact that Donald Trump is not completely floundering right now is mind-boggling. So I hope that things continue on what they are. I'm actually not. People are like flipping out because of Bannon and everything in this book, and I don't know. I think for as much as what we're seeing, we need to be looking at are the blank spaces, and unless he's just fucking nuts, and he very well might be. He might be fucking nuts, or there might be something else going on. Time will tell, won't it now? Okay, this video has gone on long enough. I just wanted to stress the importance of keeping this out there, because no one's been held accountable for this treasonous act right here of this meeting of co-conspiring, and Hillary Clinton needs to be back under the spotlight. The email investigation has to be opened back up. All these immunity deals have to be retracted because this was all done fucking corruptly. Comey lied about it. Comey sat there in his questioning and lied about not having any of this documentation and lied about all of this that was going on. He needs to be indicted. He should not be walking free. McCabe, who wants to take an early retirement, yeah, I think he should take an early retirement right after he's convicted. And his wife. All right, that's it. Hope everybody has a great day. Bye.